phone to the girl that has no emotional maturity and she only wants guys because she's lonely, reads too much porn, and also just needs somebody else because she can't be alone.
Hi, I'm passing the phone to someone whose communication skills aren't shit.
I'm passing the phone to somebody who's literally never allowed outside the house. Like, her parents are like, never let her outside the house. That's it.
That girl parents spends way too much time on social media. She posted, 50 things on Instagram. She'll shut the fuck up to Instagram. Get the fuck in my nerves. Like, no one should have watched all the videos. Like, God. Like, where'd she even get them from? I'm sorry.
I'm passing the phone to the girl that tells me not to take edibles alone, but then took a whole one by herself.
I'm passing the phone to the horniest person in our friend group.
I'm passing it to the person who doesn't know how to say no when they need to.
I'm passing the phone to someone who copies people's lingo.
I'm passing the phone to somebody who doesn't stop talking about hockey.
I'm passing the phone to someone who's dumb as shit.
I'm passing the phone to a Chad.
I'm passing the phone to someone I'd kick the shit out of.
I'm passing the phone to Harley Quinn.
I'm passing the phone to someone who says they're gonna quit Nick every week.
I'm passing the phone to someone whose parents love me more than them.
I'm passing I'm passing the phone to someone who's missing a chromosome.
Passing the phone to someone who's never gonna get their phone on the charger.
I'm passing the phone to someone whose best friend is a bong.
I'm passing the phone to someone who wears a parka yet still says it's cold.
Passing the phone to someone whose pump-up song at the gym is Shut Up and Drive.
I'm passing the phone to someone's car whose car sounds like a Honda.
I'm passing the phone to someone who can't keep his eyes open.
I'm passing the phone to someone whose brother gets more girls than him.
I'm passing the phone to someone who's falling apart right now. It could have been him.
Passing the phone to somebody who has a little Peter.
Passing the phone to someone that don't got a wop.
Passing the phone to somebody who's been passed around more than this phone.
Passing the phone to someone that got passed on to me.
Passing the phone to somebody who likes baby mamas.
Passing the phone to someone that doesn't have their license but is still driving. Officers!
Passing the phone to someone who thinks that they drive in Armenia.
Passing the phone to someone that looks like a Barbie doll.
That's more of a compliment. Passing the phone to somebody who looks like a shaggy dog.
You want a compliment? Passing the phone to someone that's spoiled. I buy her gifts and she gets mad at me for no reason 2 hours later. Like, what? I just bought you a gift.
Passing the phone to somebody who gets mad when I don't want to give him head because I'm exhausted because I always do the fucking dishes and I always vacuum the house and I always clean up after him and I always do his laundry and I always do everything for him and everything. Okay. And I still doesn't appreciate it!
You won. Okay, keep it.
I'm passing the phone to someone who misses 4 days of the week out of school.
I'm passing the phone to the girl who only watches Star Wars for the men.
I'm passing the phone to the guy that cries every day because he's not in a relationship.
I'm passing the phone to someone I could kill with my bare hand.
I'm passing the phone to someone who's like the same guy for 4 years straight.
I'm passing the phone to somebody who dates a felon.
I'm passing the phone to someone who just recently got social media.
I'm passing the phone to someone who's dating a ghetto underclassman. Druggy.
I'm passing the phone to someone who dresses like a frat boy.
I'm passing the phone to the biggest hoe I know.
Alright, I'm passing the phone to literally the hottest person alive, but he won't date me.
I'm passing the phone to a girl who's super short and annoying as fuck.
I'm passing the phone to Dixie D'Amelio.
I'm passing the phone to Ant Boy.
I'm passing the phone to a Satan worshiper.
I'm passing the phone to someone who doesn't know how to use sunscreen.
I'm passing the phone to someone
I'm gonna pass the phone to the cheapest person I know.
I'm passing the phone to absolutely the worst driver ever and will literally kill you on the road.
I'm gonna pass the phone to a virgin.
I'm passing the phone to someone who literally spend their last dime just to get a new pair of shoes, clothes, or something and use Afterpay when they don't even have the money for it.
I'm gonna pass the phone to someone who complains about everything.
I'm passing the phone to the most judgmental person I know.
I'm gonna pass the phone to someone who stalks their crush at least once a week.
I'm passing the phone to someone who went all the way to another state for a guy and still didn't get cuffed.
I'm gonna pass the phone to someone who literally annoys me every time we hang out.
I'm passing the phone to someone who's always trying to eat McDonald's.
I'm gonna give the phone to someone who has no game.
I'm passing the phone who criticizes everything that I do and then says it's for the best.
I'm gonna pass the phone to someone who doesn't put enough product in their hair.
I'm passing the phone to someone with expired braids.
Passing the phone on to someone who cries when I go home.
I'm passing the phone to someone whose toes are longer than their fingers.
Passing the phone on to someone who gets dead excited over cheese twists when she goes to Asda.
I'm passing the phone to someone who still sleeps on the top bunk at the age of 19.
Passing the phone on to someone who pisses in their own bathwater.
I'm passing the phone to someone who wheezes in the sink because they can't be bothered aiming into the toilet.
Passing the phone on to someone who can't go more than 1 or 2 days without seeing me and cries their eyes out and acts like it's the end of the world.
I'm passing the phone to someone who picks his nose and eats it.
I'm passing the phone on to some ratatouille ass looking bitch.
I'm passing the phone to someone who wears the same undies for 3 days in a row.
I'm passing the phone to a girl outside who's now freezing cold, all because of a TikTok video.
I'm passing the phone to somebody whose belly sticks out further than their arse does.
I'm passing the phone to a person who bathes in cod liver oil.
I'm passing the phone to somebody who cries and makes me send the food back when there's lettuce on it.
I'm passing the phone on to someone who wipes their ass with Monopoly money.
I'm passing the phone to an aunt.
I'm going to pass the phone to the person who's secretly the biggest fallen soldier and the simp of the house.
I'm giving the phone to the person that once overflowed their toilet and threw a bag of poo out the window.
I'm going to pass the phone to the person that thinks they know absolutely everything when actually they're thick.
I'm passing this to the guy that dabs after he wheezes.
I'm going to pass this to the person that thinks they're a gym lad, but they ain't a gym lad.
I'm going to pass this to the person that hates England so much that she can't stop banging on about going to bloody Australia.
I'm going to pass this phone to the person who has a fear of frogs.
I'm going to pass the phone to someone who needs to lay off Photoshop.
Whatever was said just then probably isn't true, so I'm going to give the phone back to the person who has a girlfriend but still makes first trap videos.
I'm going to pass this to a reality TV star who was on Rich Kids Go Skin.
Alright, so I'm going to give the phone to the person that once had an OnlyFans account but doesn't want you guys to know about it.
I'm going to pass this to the person that lockdown got so hard for them that they had to use a pocket pussy.
I've been bullied. Check back for part 2.
I'm passing the phone to someone who doesn't realize how fucking incredible she is.
I'm gonna pass the phone to someone who has the most beautiful smile.
I'm passing the phone to someone who the only way they can communicate and express themselves is through art. Speak up, bitch.
I'm gonna pass the phone to someone that I love very much and I'm so proud of and is going to get her message. And my inspiration.
It is a papi, see. Papi, see. I'm giving the phone to someone who will literally give you her world times a million.
I'm gonna pass the phone to my favorite Slytherin, who I can talk about trauma to or laugh about trauma to, but also have very nice deep conversations.
I'm passing the phone to bitches who laugh about their trauma.
Passing the phone to the person that sends all their packages to my house because their family can't know they have a shopping addiction. I'm passing the phone to somebody who lies about every little thing.
I'm giving the phone to the person who's never on time.
I'm passing the phone to the loudest person in every room.
I'm giving the phone to someone that has the fakest laugh, but it isn't actually fake.
I'm passing the phone to someone who never replies to her text messages or group chats.
I'm passing the phone to someone who spends $100 worth of food and then complains about spending $100 worth of food and then repeats the whole cycle the next day.
I'm gonna pass it to the person who might like younger guys.
So I'm passing the phone to a person who changes their name every week.
I'm passing the phone to the person who's gonna leave us all to rot here in Toronto while she goes lives her best life in New York.
Yeah, I'm passing the phone to the pitcher that got injured the first game.
I'm passing the phone to the person with the worst attitude.
I'm passing the phone to forehead.
I'm passing the phone to the best hind kitchen. I'm passing the phone to the worst highlight camera person to sell.
I'm passing the phone to the person that's always eating during the game.
I'm passing the phone to the person who can't take nothing serious. I'm passing the phone to the person who strike out air game. I'm passing the phone to the person who can't catch a I'm passing the phone to my lazy person on the team. I'm passing the phone to somebody that missed everybody coming to outfield. I'm passing the phone to somebody who just come for the free ride.
Pass the phone to someone whose girlfriend's in love with me.
I'm going to pass the phone to someone who's still in love with their ex.
I'm going to pass the phone to someone who's had more failed relationships than Kami can count.
I'm going to pass the phone to someone that's 5'4".
I'm going to pass the phone to someone who can't take a joke.
I'm going to pass the phone to someone that's shagged little pump.
I'm going to pass the phone to someone that had cosmetic surgery and didn't say anything. Take the phone. Take the phone.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm going to pass the phone to the people who constantly shag in the same house as me.
Hey. We're going to pass the phone to someone who's in love with the YouTuber that starts with S and...
Ends in archive.
I'm the phone to someone who wipes other people's shit and still says she has a good day.
I'm giving the phone to someone who cries after sex.
I'm giving this to someone who's been on 30 first dates, but can't even get a second one.
the phone to someone who can't play golf at Topgolf well.
I'm passing the phone to someone who doesn't know how to use a condom.
I'm passing the phone to someone who only wears Crocs.
I'm gonna pass the phone to someone who has to lock their cat out of the room when they have sex, or else she's gonna eat her own pussy out.
I'm passing the phone to somebody who always got an attitude and don't know how to talk to people.
I'm passing the phone to somebody who I love very much.
I'm passing the phone to the one that eats a lot.
I'm passing the phone to Mr. Booty Hole Man.
I'm passing the phone to the one that stresses a lot.
I'm passing the phone to the one that hogs the bed.
I'm passing the phone to the one that cries the most.
I'm passing the phone to the tallest one in the house.
I'm passing the phone to the one who has anger problems.
I'm passing the phone to everybody.
I'm gonna pass the phone to the bitch that swear she done with a nigga, but don't be.
I'm gonna pass the phone to the bitch that's always rapping.
I'm gonna pass it to the bitch that's in love with a nigga that's in jail and can't wait to have a baby by him when he come home.
Yes, I'm gonna pass the phone to the smart mouth bitch. I'm gonna pass the phone to the bitch that really got hoes but swear she don't.
But I'm the bitch with the house. I swear I
I'm gonna pass the phone to the person that actually has to practice what everyone else has fun.
I'm gonna pass the phone to the person who only does her aerials at competitions.
I'm gonna pass the phone to the person that was quarantined 3 times this year.
I'm passing the phone to the girl with the 5 head.
I'm passing the phone to the girl who falls on beam every single meet. I'm gonna pass it to the girl that only gives thumbs up or covers her mouth. Yeah.
I'm gonna pass the phone to the girl who has bad bangs and doesn't actually go to Hilliard. I'm giving the phone to the girl who hates her babysitting job.
I'm gonna give it to the girl who talked to the same boy for like 4 months long and then ghosted him.
I'm gonna give the phone to the coach who called Darby Bradley.
I'm gonna pass it to the coach that only comes part-time.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass it to the coach that comes less than part-time.
Emma, pass it to the gymnast that overthinks everything.
Okay, that was. I'm gonna pass the phone to the coach that's been in Hilliard Gymnastics for 100 years.
I'm gonna pass the phone to the gymnast who only does her double salto in meets.
I'm passing the phone to someone who drives with no license.
I'm passing the phone to someone who has no organizational skills but keeps buying shit.
I'm passing the phone to somebody who doesn't take their birth control but cries about having pregnancy scares.
I'm passing the phone to someone who has severe mommy and daddy issues but still hasn't seen the therapist yet.
I'm passing the phone to somebody who has severe mommy and daddy issues that she decides to spend time with her best friend's mommy and daddy.
I'm passing the phone to someone who went through a little drug addict phase as a way to cope with their ex.
I'm passing the phone to somebody who acted like a girlfriend for 8 months but didn't have the title.
I'm passing the phone to someone who allowed herself to be a side chick for 2 years. To her own ex.
I'm passing the phone to somebody who won't date anybody else but skinny men, knowing those are the only type of guys that break her heart.
I'm passing the phone to a 19-year-old who's going through a Peppa phase because she didn't have a childhood.
I'm passing the phone to somebody who couldn't even buy alcohol with the fake ID because she still looks 12.
I'm passing the phone to a girl who asked the 12-year-old looking girl what she wanted from the drugstore.